If you want to make really, really good butter chicken, this is how. Rich, creamy, delicious. Flavorful little bits of chicken wrapped up in one seriously lush sauce. This is not one of those simple throw everything into a pot and hope for the best butter chicken recipes. This one is about building layers of flavor just like they do in the best Indian restaurants. The first step is making chicken tikka. In a bowl large enough to contain the chicken, combine some tandoori masala, kasuri methi, salt, a little naga pickle if you like it spicy, and oil. Don't skimp on the oil here, you want enough to be able to coat every single piece of chicken evenly. Nobody should be surprised that I'm using chicken thighs here because I use chicken thighs for everything Indian. And it's probably not a shocker that I like big chunks of chicken as well. 3 or 4 pieces per thigh is about right. Toss your chicken with the marinade, cover, and refrigerate for about 4 hours. And yes, I know the fridge is behind me, I'm putting it in my imaginary fridge. Chicken tikka is the first layer of flavor in this butter chicken, makhni gravy is the second. Good news! Makhni gravy is actually pretty simple as far as Indian restaurant cooking goes. The prep here is all of stemming and seeding a couple of green chilies and putting some tomatoes through a food mill. And if you want, you can skip the food mill step and just use pasada instead. See what I mean? Super easy. Well, super easy for Glebe Kitchen anyway. Time to get cooking. Heat a pot over medium heat and add some oil. To the oil, add a few black peppercorns, tej pata, black cardamom, and cinnamon. Add a little ginger and fry all that till the ginger stops spattering. Add a little Kashmiri chili powder, some salt, give it a stir, and let the spices fry. This is a key technique in a lot of Indian cooking. Frying the spices extracts oil-soluble flavor compounds and then carries them into every bite. Some say science, some say cooking wizardry. Add the pureed tomatoes, the green chilies, and some macadamia nuts or cashews. Cover it and let it simmer for about 40 minutes. My absolute favorite way to cook chicken tikka is over charcoal, but I get that not everybody has a charcoal barbecue and the oven does work pretty well. Transfer the chicken to an oven-safe pan and place it in a 400-degree oven. My fridge is imaginary, but my oven really is over there. Cook the chicken for about 5 to 7 minutes and then flip it. Cook it for another 5 to 7 minutes and then start checking internal temperature. When you've hit 170 degrees Fahrenheit, you've nailed it. I always cook a little extra chicken tikka when I make this recipe. It just seems to disappear along the way. I don't know what it is, but somehow it happens to me every single time. Once your makhni gravy is cooked for 30 to 40 minutes, let it cool and then transfer it to a blender. And if you're too impatient to let it cool like I am, make sure your pressure release valve is taken out of the top of your blender. Very bad things happen if you don't do that. Don't worry about trying to write ingredients down, by the way. There's a link to the recipe in the description down below. This is about the how. You can get the what from glebekitchen.com. Here's a crazy thought. There are no onions in butter chicken. No red onions, no white onions, and no shallots. It's time to bring it all together. Heat a frying pan over medium-low heat. When the oil starts to shimmer, add some garlic ginger paste and fry that until it stops splattering. This part is a little messy. Add some Kashmiri chili powder, a little more kasuri methi, and some salt. Stir and let the spices and oil do their magic. I'm making a large restaurant portion here, but this recipe scales perfectly up to 8 people. Add the makhni gravy to the pan and stir. You're not trying to fry it like you do in regular restaurant style, you just want the oil to combine and everything to warm through. I don't usually go for sweet in my curries, but I do find a little honey really adds something special to butter chicken. Add what's left of your post-snacking chicken tikka, give it a stir, and get everything covered. At this point, the curry is way too thick, but a little chicken stock will fix that right up. And by chicken stock, I do not mean bouillon cubes and water. Cream and butter give butter chicken its signature flavor, so don't skimp here. I'm not saying go crazy here, but use heavy cream and a nice big pat of butter. Stir everything until well combined. At this point, we're done cooking. I always like to check for salt. Perfect. And that's it. Butter chicken. Chicken tikka wrapped in a lush, creamy, tomato-based sauce. There's nothing here not to love. Give it a go. The best butter chicken you've ever tasted may be the butter chicken you made in your kitchen yourself. This recipe and many more are available at glebekitchen.com. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of them, please subscribe or give me a like, or better yet, both. And remember, life's too short for bad food.